Emily. Hey.
Hey, Sam.
Just a few quick questions and then you can get home. You wanna step into my office? I haven't seen you around the last week or so.
Yeah, I've been busy running a Christmas store, you know, 'tis the season.
Right. Brooke mentioned that you left the party for a few moments right before Glenn's body was discovered.
Yeah, I saw Glenn leave the diner, or who I thought was Glenn. They were wearing the Santa suit. I just wanted to say goodnight.
Did you get a look at the person's face?
No, just from behind. I found the Santa hat out in the parking lot, though.
Yes, we have that in evidence now. Thank you.
I did notice a suspicious-looking vehicle idling across the way.
Any chance you got a look at the plates?
No, it was dark, and I heard Sue scream before I had a chance to get a good look.
All right, well, I think that's it. Maybe you could come by the station in the morning, give a more detailed statement.
Sure.
I wasn't even planning to go to the party tonight until Sue made me promise to at least put in an appearance. My recent cyber brush with Chimera really messed with my head. I don't think he knows it's me, or he would have called me out by name, but I've underestimated him in the past, and it ended badly. Glenn's gift. I'd say it's a welcome distraction if it wasn't a stark reminder of his death. Come on, no freaking way.
Mass market paperbacks. No, I do not carry those, as a matter of fact. Thank you very much. So you can find those at the gas station beside the junk food where they belong. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Sorry, you had to hear that. You know, my nephew Fred, he's always telling me, don't alienate the potential customers, but can't seem to help myself.
I totally get it. A Christmas Carol is just one of my favorite stories. First edition must be worth a small fortune.
More like a medium fortune, actually, but since I don't intend to part with it, I don't worry about the price. You just opened that new Christmas store around the corner?
Yeah, Emily Lane.
Glenn Shaw, welcome to the neighborhood. Now I can see why you're drawn to that piece.
Oh yeah, I do love a holiday yarn, especially when there are ghosts involved.
Yes.
My parents used to read this to me when I was little.
You remember what edition it was?
It was green with gold embossing, kind of Art Nouveau.
Unfamiliar. You don't happen to still have it?
No, I got lost along the way.
Shame. Wonderful edition. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. He remembered. Oh, what do we have here?
Marley was dead to begin with. This book is your invitation to a very special event. Please visit the law offices of Greer and Tobin tomorrow evening, 8 sharp.
What were you up to, Glenn?
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what a time to have some fun riding on a sleigh.
Good morning.
Hey.
It's barely 10. How are you already this busy?
Ton of online orders. Last-minute shoppers are out in full force.
Then it's a good thing I've started Christmas break. I'm extra sorry to ask you this today, but is there any chance I could get the 22nd off? My mom wants me to visit earlier.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks. My mom got Nutcracker tickets. 3rd row, center.
I didn't know you were a fan.
I'm not. I quit ballet after 3 lessons, but I'm getting big. I barely get to see you energy from my mom, so I don't want to say no.
Yeah, I totally get it. Hey, this is your first Christmas away, huh? How's your dad dealing with the idea of that?
I haven't told him about moving up the timeline yet, but I'm sure he'll say, that's fine. He always says that, even when it's not.
Speaking of your dad, I'm supposed to be in his office right now giving a statement.
Is it about that grumpy guy who ran the bookstore? I heard what happened. So sad.
He was actually a very sweet man. Do you mind if I just...
Yeah, go ahead. I've got this.
Great. You know what? You just made Employee of the Month.
Cool. Wait, I'm the only employee.
What exactly is it you're invited to?
I have no idea. That's why I'm so intrigued. Are you not intrigued?
I'm mostly confused. Why is it at a lawyer's office? Why not his bookstore?
He knows as much as I do, but he did give out a bunch of gifts.
As far as we can tell, people mostly got random secondhand books. No one else mentioned an invitation. You going?
I mean, I was invited, and it would be rude not to show, even if the host is no longer with us.
Well, how would you feel about a +1? Professionally, of course.
Right, of course.
Someone at that party killed Glenn. You need backup.
You have any suspects?
Right now, everyone in attendance is a suspect. You included.
Come on, I'm the only one that actually got along with Glenn. I thought Sue was gonna...
Going to... I know they were seen arguing, and I know they had some kind of rivalry going on, so if you have any other information...
Honestly, no, I don't. Not yet, anyway.
+1.
My busiest week of the year, and Glenn dies in my diner. Now it's a crime scene. He ruined it.
Pretty sure it wasn't on purpose.
That man would do anything out of spite. And did you know? Sam Wilner had the nerve to interrogate me? And why? Just because I openly despised Glenn and because my fingerprints were on the knife that he was stabbed with.
Nerve of that man.
Yeah, now that I've said it out loud, I can see where he's coming from. Oh. But of course, my fingerprints were on the knife. It's my diner, my fingerprints on everything.
Hey, Sue, I gotta ask, why'd you ban Glenn from the diner?
He came in one day about 6 years ago and ordered a bowl of my famous chili. And then he sent it back because there were beans in it. True chili shouldn't have beans, he said. And I banned his sorry butt for life. And then last night, he tries to give me a gift, as if we don't have half a decade of bad blood between us.
What did he give you?
Who cares? I threw it away. If only it was easy to get rid of the image of his body on my stockroom floor. That's gonna stay with me for a while.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can make it. I'm Talia Greer, Glenn's lawyer. Invitations, please.
Emily Lane, and this is Sam Wilner.
Do you have an invite, Sam?
Will this do?
Some of the others have already arrived.
Brooke, you got an invite too?
Emily, I did, along with this book. Do you know why we're all here?
I'd like to know as well.
I'm sure my uncle had a good reason, rest his soul.
All will be revealed shortly, as per Glenn's wishes.
Whoa, I'm not late, am I? I left myself plenty of time, but that didn't account for the stairs.
Invitation, please. We're still one short, but Glenn was very clear about time, 8 sharp. Okay, if you'd all gather around.
Hello, everyone. So by the time you see this, I will be gone.
Wait, stop the video. When was this recorded?
I received the envelope from Glenn several days ago.
That doesn't make any sense. That would mean he knew about his murder before it happened.
Charles Dickens, in his preface to A Christmas Carol, wrote, "I am endeavored in this ghostly little book to raise the ghost of an idea, and that has inspired me with this little game I've created. Be patient, stick with it, and trust me, the reward, it'll be well worth your efforts." Now, there sat a jolly giant, glorious to see, who bore a glowing torch, in shape not unlike Plenty's horn, and he held it up, high up, to shed its light on Scrooge. And with that, I wish you good luck.
What is the point of all this?
I think the point is to solve the clue he just gave us.
Huh. Great. I'm terrible at puzzles.
All right, this has gone far enough. I'll need that video, and each of you received a book. I'll have to confiscate those as well.
Do you have a court order for that?
This is a murder investigation.
You know the law, detective. The only way you're leaving with these books is on a volunteer basis.
Fine. I will ask nicely. May I please have your books?
Well, maybe we should.
Not happening.
Yeah, I'd like to keep mine as well. There's a mention of a reward.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't it exciting? Glenn is just as clever in death as he was in life. What a guy.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Harvey Saltzman. I used to run a hot dog cart out front of Glenn's old shop in the city years ago. He used to pay me in secondhand paperbacks. I had to hear on the news what happened to him. Well, it really broke my heart.
It was a shock to all of us.
Well, this concludes my involvement. The rest is up to you. Good luck.
You believe no one would relinquish their books?
Why would they? You do understand this is a treasure hunt, right? No one's gonna just hand over their key to a possible fortune.
Taya was right. No judge will take my side without credible proof this is connected to Glenn's murder.
Let's just see where this goes. Aren't you all curious how Glenn predicted his own death?
Of course. I'm just more interested in catching his killer.
We could divide and conquer. You do your thing, I do mine.
I don't know.
Would it help if I told you I'm just gonna go ahead and do it anyway?
All right. Fine, just be careful. Keep me in the loop, okay?
Yep.
All right. Good night.
Yep. I know Sam doesn't understand why I'm keeping him at arm's length, but as much as I needed that moment we shared, I can't let it happen again.
Come on in.
Hey.
Oh, Emily, you startled me. I've got ghosts on the brain.
Yeah, that's me. The ghost of Christmas shopping. I wanted to say I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. My uncle was a complicated guy, but I loved him.
You reading A Christmas Carol?
Yeah, for the first time, if you can believe it.
What?
My mom even named me after one of the characters in it, but I was never very interested.
So, Glenn was your mom's brother, right?
That's right. He's the one that took care of her after she got sick. Huntington's. Yeah, it was a rough time. But my uncle took me in after that and gave me a job here. Morgan says I'm wasting my potential, but he was there when I needed him.
Fred, what happened to all the first editions?
I don't know. I noticed they were missing last night. My wife thinks that they might be the reward that Uncle Glenn was talking about in the video.
Oh, I can understand why. The first edition of A Christmas Carol alone is worth big money.
Yeah. Morgan says that those books are our inheritance, that nobody else is entitled to them. But if that's what Uncle Glenn wanted, who am I to say otherwise?
There sat a jolly giant, glorious to see, who bore a glowing torch in shape not unlike Plenty's horn, and held it up high up to shed its light on Scrooge.
Emily,
Yeah?
you need to see this. There's a lot of water.
Oh, no. Whew. I think a pipe must have burst. Can you just cover the front for me?
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
What did I do to deserve this? Ugh, who am I kidding? I've done plenty to deserve this. Karma just took a while to catch up to me.
Sorry to bother you in the middle of a crisis, but a customer wants to pay with a $100 bill.
That's fine. Just check it with a little UV light by the register. Torch. From above.
What?
In England, they call flashlights torches. Shed its light on Scrooge. Yes, here. Solutions. Okay, I need to talk to Fred, or even Brooke. I need you to hold down the fort.
What about the leak?
I will take care of it later. Thank you.
Okay, ladies, falling snowflake, and hold it.
Hey, Brooke. Sorry. I need your help.
Emily, yes, just take a spot anywhere and join in.
No, not with whatever this is.
Oh, this is the winter version of yoga. It's called Snoga.
Of course it is. Hey, do you have your copy of A Christmas Carol?
It's in my bag. Why, what's up?
I think I may have solved the first clue, but I need your book to confirm it.
Okay, ladies, new pose. Let's do the candy cane. And hold, I will be right back.
Okay, let me see. I knew it. Look, all of the books have secret words that you can only see with a UV light, the same kind of light that all of us retailers have to check for counterfeit money.
Oh, how clever of Glenn.
Yeah. I think we need to get everybody over at the mistletoe tonight. I'm gonna make some phone calls.
Okay, of course. Wait, you don't get away that easy. Ladies, we have a new Snowgie.
What?
Take
No,
Linda's spot. Linda, give up your match.
You don't
there
have...
There you go. Everyone, we're gonna put the star on the tree, okay? And reach through those fingertips and breathe, ladies.
Sorry that took longer than I thought. I'd rather not say why, what is...
Don't be mad. I called him.
I was at the diner taking a look at the crime scene, so I was close.
You destroyed my wall.
Oh, if I hadn't, your entire store would have flooded. Good news is, pipe didn't burst. It's just loose, but I think I've got it secured. Wilner? Seriously? Okay. I'm on my way.
You're just gonna leave me with this mess?
There was a break-in at Glenn's lawyer's office.
That might have something to do with Glenn's game. I should probably go.
No, I'm serious. Not gonna happen. The door was forced, which means they weren't worried about noise. They were planning to act fast.
But there's nothing here worth taking.
So they left empty-handed?
Not quite.
So much for your promise to stay quiet and observe.
They took the drive that had Glenn's video on it. Strangely, they ignored the envelope of petty cash in the drawer right next to it.
Who else knew about Glenn's plans?
Nobody. Even I didn't know what was on the video. I was told there were 5 invitations delivered. Only 4 are accounted for.
But wait, there were 5 people at the meeting. Emily, Brooke, Harvey, Fred, and his wife Morgan.
Morgan doesn't have an invite. She's here as part of Fred's.
Okay, thank you.
So that means there's another player out there unaccounted for.
And for all we know, they have Glenn's blood on their hands.
Boy, this sucker must have barely squeezed through the door, huh? It's very impressive.
Thanks. Glad you could come.
I ran into this one at the diner. She pretty much insisted.
Emily, what happened to your wall?
Don't even worry about it. Okay, it looks like each of our books has 3 unique invisible words in them. So assuming the pattern continues, Fred's book will have 3 more.
Yes, but didn't you say we're also missing a 5th book?
Right, but I'm thinking that the words will form a phrase, so it's possible we could still figure it out. Fred! Thanks for coming. Can I see your book?
I'm sorry. I came to tell you that Morgan and I won't be taking part.
Are you sure that's in your best interest? It seems pretty clear that we're supposed to solve this clue as a group.
Even so, Good luck, everybody.
And that's why I never married.
Okay, so what are we supposed to do now?
Now, I follow a hunch and hope it leads to the final missing book.
I'm still waiting for word from Sam on when I can reopen.
You don't mind being here, all alone?
What do I have to be afraid of? Glenn's ghost? I dare him to haunt me.
Hey, that gift that Glenn gave you, it was a book, right?
Yeah, why?
It's possible that book was your ticket to take part in a game Glenn had set up before he was killed.
A game. I put it straight into the trash bin out back. It's probably still there, except
What?
garbage day was yesterday.
Hey, thanks for your patience, Spy.
No problem. Give me a chance to snoop through all your case files. Obviously, I'm kidding. Although it did take a lot of willpower not to sneak a peek at this one. Lane, comma, Emily.
That is nothing that concerns you.
I bet it concerns Emily, though.
Your standard background checks, okay? Regular procedure for everyone who was in the vicinity of the diner the night Glenn was killed. If you were there, I'd have one on you, too.
Well, that's reassuring.
You know what I mean.
Have you talked to Mom about my Christmas trip yet?
No, I've been a little busy. We haven't managed to connect. Why?
She wants me to come a few days earlier.
All right, how early are we talking?
The 22nd?
Yeah, it's fine.
You sure? I could say no.
It's just a few days, right? All right, let's get going.
Morgan, hey, thanks for coming by.
My shift starts in 20 minutes, so whatever this is, please make it quick.
It's about Glenn's game.
I thought Fred told you we weren't going to be involved with the rest of you.
No, I get it. You feel that it's unfair.
That man manipulated my husband for years. When are we ever going to be free of him?
When the puzzle is solved.
And that's what this is all about. Grabbing a slice of Glenn's legacy.
No. I am not in this for the reward. As far as I'm concerned, you and Fred are welcome to it.
What about the others?
I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but I do know that you cannot solve this on your own. You can't. We have to work together.
I'll think about it.
Great. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
But no promises.
Got it.
It's creeping up on me again, that itchy feeling of being watched. What I could really use right now is a friend, but June has gone to stay with her brother for the holidays, and Sam... I don't want to lead him on any more than I already have. I've already shared too much.
Hi, Sam.
Sorry for the late call. I have a question for you.
You still at work?
I came back. Too much on my mind to call it a day. I contacted everyone who received the book from Glenn, and no one else had knowledge of an invitation.
Well, if it's in Sue's book, it's at the bottom of a landfill now. You said you had a question?
You knew Glenn a little, right? Ever mention any health concerns?
No, nothing like that. Fred did say that his mom had Huntington's, which has a genetic component, I think, but... Why do you ask?
I'm just trying to piece it all together. How's it going with the puzzle?
I think we're close to cracking it.
Listen, I'd like to be more involved. Just as added protection. I'd never forgive myself if anything happened to you, to any of you.
Well, on behalf of the group, I'd say we'd love to have you.
Great. All right, talk tomorrow.
Night, Sam.
Night.
Talking to Sam always makes me feel better. I'm almost convinced there are no monsters hiding in the shadows.
Fred? I just was bringing a little something over for Morgan. Sam, is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just updating Fred on his uncle's case.
I had no idea Uncle Glenn had been diagnosed with Huntington's. Why wouldn't he tell me?
I'm sorry, I can come back later.
Oh, no, Emily, it's okay. Please stay.
Did you notice any changes in your uncle? Anxiety, depression?
If anything, he'd been more cheerful. My wife commented on it a few times. She found it strange.
Well, a diagnosis like that, it can affect people in different ways. He had a tough road ahead of him.
He took care of my mom when she was suffering. It was awful, but I would have done the same for him.
Treatments for an illness like that, they'd be expensive. Do you know if your uncle had insurance?
I don't know, but we would have found the money somehow.
Or maybe Glenn already did.
Trying to wrap my mind around the idea of someone being murdered while they were already dying.
I wonder if the killer knew.
Seems redundant. Hey, how's everything with the store? Any more issues with the leak?
No, it's perfect. Actually, the giant hole in the wall really adds to the charm.
I'll take care of that.
No, you don't have to.
I want to.
No possible way I could turn down such a generous offer.
Great.
Great. Great. Oh, your ribbon curling is really improving. Pretty soon the student will surpass the teacher. Fred! Hey!
Hey.
What a nice surprise!
I didn't get a chance to tell you at the store. I got caught a little off guard, but I've got good news. Morgan, well, we have had a change of heart, and if it's not too late, we'd like to work together with the group.
This is great.
Okay, so the words we have from all of our books are right here. Precious You, Solution Seek, Will of Memories Eve, Christmas Way to Your.
So what now?
So now we just unscramble them to form the clue.
It's making my head spin just thinking about it.
And you're still missing a book.
That does make it more challenging, thank you, but we're only missing 3 words.
Do you think Christmas and Eve go together?
I think that's as good a guess as any.
Yeah?
Go ahead. Put it up on the board. Okay. 2 Christmas Eve? Maybe? I don't know.
Memories of
What is up with the precious memories? Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
Good.
That's good. I got it. Okay, precious memories.
You?
Pause. Wait, hang on. It's like a total mess.
Yeah. Like old Cliff Seek You.
Okay, yes. Okay, great. Okay, so here's what we got. Precious memories of Christmas Eve blank will blank your way to this solution blank seek.
That's almost something.
Yeah, we all have different memories, so it makes no sense.
Well, unless the memory is specific to one of us. Like maybe someone Glenn knew really well.
Well, I am not sure what that means.
You have no memories of Christmas Eve?
None that I would describe as precious. Unless,
Oh, he's got something.
Yeah, what is it? What is it?
when I was little, Uncle Glenn used to dress up as Santa in that same suit that he wore to the Christmas party. And I would sit on his lap and he would read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. We did that almost every year.
Well, that's a really nice memory.
But is it helpful? Everything with Glenn is about books.
Yes, no, good point. But, wait, Fred, do you know if your uncle stocked that particular book in your store?
'Twas the Night Before Christmas? I think so. It'd be in the children's section. I'll go look.
Let's do it.
I'm going to.
I wouldn't mind stretching my legs.
You don't trust me?
Okay, why don't we all just go?
I think that's a plan.
I think so.
Yeah, do it. Sam, that's the car from the night of the party.
You sure?
Yeah. It's the envelope that was stolen from Glenn's lawyer's office.
Strange. The door's open. I'm certain I locked it.
Stand back from the door, Fred.
What's going on?
Is this part of the game?
Just stay back.
This is Detective Sam Wilner. I need you to step outside slowly with your hands where I can see them.
Okay. All right. Take it easy. I'm coming out. What? What's this about?
Is that your car?
Yeah.
I need you to come with me.
What are you talking about? Why?
Noah?
Oh, hey, Freddie. Long time, huh?
You two know each other?
He's my brother.
When's the last time you talked to your Uncle Glenn?
Talked? Maybe 18 years ago, around the same time I left home.
But you've seen him since.
Yeah. A few nights ago, I saw him arrive at the Christmas party at the diner.
What were you doing there?
Trying to work up the courage to talk to my brother.
Why now?
I received a package from my uncle. I don't know how he found me, but he did. It was a book along with an invitation to some private event.
Yeah, we found it in your car. What were you doing at the bookstore?
Well, along with the invitation, there was a key. I figured it was a key to a store, so I tested it out. And that's when you found me.
Why would your uncle give you a key to his store?
You know what? This is a great question. I was hoping to ask him, but unfortunately, that's impossible now. You have any idea who might have killed him?
All we know is that his presumed killer escaped by donning Glenn's Santa costume.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. We found that
Wait.
in the trunk of your
Okay.
car. It has trace amounts of blood spatter on it, and it's a match for your uncle.
I didn't do it. I found it after.
After what?
I saw someone leave the diner in the costume. It was dark. I figured it was Uncle Glenn, but they moved so quickly. No way they were my uncle's age. And then they ran behind the diner.
You didn't recognize them?
No, I drove around to the back to see if I could catch up to them, and I found the coat lying there.
Why would you take it?
I recognized it belonged to my uncle. He wore that same coat when me and Fred were kids. I couldn't just leave it there.
Come on, I haven't done anything wrong.
Oh, so you didn't break into Glenn's lawyer's office and steal this thumb drive we also found in your car?
Okay, maybe I did one thing wrong.
I don't get it. Why steal the USB? Why not just come to the presentation like the rest of us?
He said he wasn't ready to face his brother. Apparently, he couldn't handle the situation when their mom got sick and he bailed.
So what now?
Hold him overnight, see if his story checks out. Violet won't be happy. Told her I'd take her skating before she goes.
You still have time.
Not much. She's leaving for her mom's earlier than I thought.
Right, yeah, she did mention that.
What about you? Any big holiday plans? You must have extended family out there somewhere.
Not really. I spent some time with my aunt and uncle on the West Coast when I was little, but I lost touch after I finished school. So.
Well, if you find yourself in the mood for some non-feline company, you could probably twist my arm.
Yeah. I will keep that in mind. I should get home to the boys, so it's their dinner time, so.
Of course.
Night.
Night.
Fred? Hey, you okay?
Yeah, just waiting to hear news about my brother.
I just spoke to Sam. They're not releasing him tonight.
See?
You two didn't always see eye to eye, huh?
Actually, we had a pretty great relationship as kids, considering he's 4 years older. He was my best friend. then Mom got sick and he just disappeared.
Not everyone can handle that kind of trauma.
He didn't even come to my mom's funeral. That's unforgivable.
And yet, here you are.
Guess it doesn't make any sense.
Makes perfect sense.
You know, one good thing did come of this.
Yeah?
So after you all left, the police took me back to the store just to make sure nothing was damaged or stolen. And while I was there, I made my way to the children's section.
It was the night before Christmas. You found it, didn't you?
Success. There's tape to the back cover.
Did you watch it?
No, of course not. It was a group effort, right? I thought we could all get together tomorrow and watch it as a team.
You're really hoping you'd say that.
I have to admit, I'm enjoying this little treasure hunt more than I should, considering Glenn is dead and his killer is still out there. But now that we have all 5 books, this should be a walk in the park.
Someone was a busy little elf this morning.
I've got my work cut out for me getting ready for Dad, miss.
I'm sorry, what?
I was lying in bed last night, feeling bad about leaving Dad alone for Christmas, when the idea came to me. I'll have my own Christmas with him a few days early.
And thus, Dadmas was born.
If it catches on, you can dedicate a corner of the store to it.
Why not? I've already dedicated a corner of the store to a leaky pipe.
Dad says he's happy to fix the hole, but the best time for him to come is later at night when he's done work. Would it be okay to let him use my store key one night?
Yeah, that's fine, but you can also tell him that I'm perfectly capable of fixing the leak myself. I've just been a little busy, but I'm sure I'll get to it between now and Dadmas.
See? It's already catching on. Is it okay if I store this stuff here? It's kind of hard keeping a secret when you live with a detective.
Yeah, no problem. I could also wrap those for you if you want.
With a cast on your hand? Dad told me what happened. It must have hurt.
I just barely even noticed it's there.
Well, you know, it's bad luck to have a cast that isn't signed. There. Much better.
Hello?
Hey, it's me. Can I come up?
Sure, yeah. Oh.
I figured you wouldn't be up to much in the kitchen, so I thought you could use some delivery. Now, I wasn't sure what you liked, so I just picked up a variety. Thai, spicy, and not spicy. And then this, that's a favorite of mine. It's one town over, like the best desserts in town.
You're really good at taking care of people, aren't you?
Oh, I could say the same thing about you. I've seen how you are with June and with Violet, and we just want you to know that we're looking out for you as well.
Yeah, I do okay. I got my emotional support tigers here.
These guys?
Yeah.
Can they cook?
No, they cannot. Mac and cheese, maybe? This is so incredibly thoughtful. Thank you. I do have everybody coming down to the mistletoe in a couple minutes, though.
Yes, yeah. Here, I'll just get this put away, and we can head down together.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe Fred forgot we were meeting tonight.
Well, I called him a few times and he didn't pick up.
Can we start without him?
Well, has everyone had a chance to think about what the clue might mean?
I tried, but I didn't get very far.
Yeah, I confess, I couldn't make heads or tails of it either.
I was busy with other things.
What about you, Emily?
Well, I didn't have a lot of time to think about it either, but the thing that stands out as most obvious is that the person who's speaking in the quote is Scrooge's nephew, Fred.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up because of how obvious it was.
Wait, Fred was part of the first clue, too. Just the real Fred, not the Fred from the book.
Exactly. I think there's a deeper meaning behind Glenn's game, and I think Fred is the key to understanding all of it.
But he's not here.
I'm sure he's just running late.
Here, his store's close by. I'll go see if he's there.
Hello? Fred, yeah, we were just talking. Oh my God.
Fred, sweetie, are you okay?
I think so, just a little sore.
Seems like injuries are a common theme with this little club. I want to know exactly what happened.
Fred was just about to share the details with us.
It happened so fast. I thought I heard somebody behind me, and as I was turning, bam, suddenly I'm on the sidewalk.
And you didn't get a look at your attacker?
No, I was pretty out of it.
And you're sure they took the book?
Definitely. By the time I came to my senses, he was gone, and so was my copy of A Christmas Carol.
Didn't take anything else? Your keys, your wallet?
No.
Why would someone physically assault my husband just to steal a cheap secondhand book?
Sorry, I have to take this.
I don't know what's going on here, but it doesn't seem safe.
No, it doesn't matter. The book's gone. I'm no longer any use to the group.
No, that's not true.
What does that mean?
I think Glenn designed this whole treasure hunt around Fred.
Really?
This is good. It strengthens our legal case that any prize found by another party belongs to us. I want to make sure you get what's owed.
Glenn's Santa costume. Was that something he kept here in the store?
No, I hadn't seen that in years. Since I was a kid, I was surprised he still had it, to be honest.
What's going on?
That was the lab that called. They recovered DNA from the suit belonging to Glenn and one other person. And it wasn't Noah. Morgan?
I didn't kill Glenn.
What? Now, what's happening?
I'm gonna need you to come with me.
I don't know how my DNA got on the Santa coat.
I got a warrant to search your personal spaces. Found this. Pushed to the back of your locker at work. Now that's the blouse you wore to the Christmas party, correct? That's not your blood, is it?
Okay, yes. I wore the Santa coat, but not for the reason you think.
Then why?
I went by the bookstore to get Fred before we went to the party, and I noticed that all the rare editions were gone. I suspected Glenn must have sold them, and I was angry.
Did they not belong to Glenn?
He made my husband part owner of the bookstore a few years ago. A piece of those books belonged to Fred. He should have been consulted.
Okay, so you go to the party. You see Glenn there. Then what?
I was looking for a moment to talk to him alone. I saw him heading down the back hall, and I followed him. I finally caught up to him in the stockroom.
Glenn. Glenn, where are they? What did you do with the...
Glenn. Glenn. He was dead. I couldn't save him. And his blood was on me. I knew how it would look. So I put on the suit and left. Glenn didn't have many friends. I gambled that nobody would give me a second look.
That's pretty cold.
The word is clinical. I'm a nurse. I've seen it all, and not much phases me anymore.
Well, you're right about one thing. It looks pretty bad.
Sue, great to see you back in business.
What happened to your hand?
Oh, I just slipped on some ice.
Not in front of the diner, I hope. I cannot afford the lawsuit.
Don't worry, you're good.
Well, in that case, coffee's on the house.
Okay. It's Noah, right?
Oh. You were there when I was detained.
Yeah. I'm Emily. When did they release you?
Oh, about 2 plates of pancakes ago. This is my first real meal since they hauled me in.
Does your brother know you're out?
Well, if he does, he didn't hear from me. I'm surprised they let me out. Not that they have anything on me.
I heard that you broke into Glenn's lawyer's office.
She agreed not to press charges.
It's really nice of her. I'm curious, though. How did you know what you were looking for when you broke in?
I didn't have the guts to face Fred the night I was invited, but I was there. When you all came out, I saw that blonde woman go into a nearby store. It turns out she owns it.
Brooke.
I hung around her shop a bit. She was telling everybody about the video. Only took a few minutes of eavesdropping to hear her entire life story.
Yeah, sounds like Brooke.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't a damn treasure hunt.
I can confirm we've dropped the charges against Noah on the grounds that he pays for the damage he caused. It's a win for both sides.
But he also stole from you.
I don't see it that way. You know, Noah had an invitation to the game. He has much right to see that video as any of the others.
That's very forgiving of you.
I liked Glenn. Keeping his nephew out of jail seemed like the right thing to do. He talked about Fred and Noah all the time.
What about Morgan?
I'll just say, she's very concerned about the missing first editions, and leave it at that.
Thanks.
Sure I can't help you with any of that? I've got it. Feels like I need to do this alone. That's part of the magic of deadness.
Oh, whoa, talk about a winter wonderland.
Noah! Hey, I'm glad you came by.
Well, I can't let Fred have all the fun. Brought my book.
That is amazing. I haven't scheduled the next meeting with everyone yet, though.
No worries. Mind if I look around?
Yeah, go for it.
So, Emily.
Yeah.
I was wondering, any plans for Christmas Eve?
No, nothing set in stone. Why?
No reason. My dad says he has no plans either. Just throwing that out there, totally unrelated.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What treasures do we have here?
Oh, geez. Sorry about that. I'm gonna get it fixed. What are you doing now?
I figured you must have found a secret cubbyhole in your wall.
It's just a leaky pipe. Why would you think that?
I know a little bit about the history of the area. This town was built during Prohibition. A lot of the older buildings had secret rooms and passageways built in.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, a lot of them were sealed away due to renovations and rebuilds. But you never know what you might find when you go looking.
Hey.
Emily, Detective Wilner. Do you have any news about Morgan?
Nothing I can discuss just yet. We're actually here on a separate matter.
Which is?
We think we may know where your uncle hid the manuscript.
You mean here in the store?
Yes. There's a theory we'd like to pursue, if you're okay with it.
Yeah, of course. What's this?
I got the original blueprints for the building from the town archives. See how that wall is set back? But that one, it doesn't match the wall in the original drawings.
You're right. That built-in bookshelf should be further back against the wall.
I don't understand.
Noah mentioned that in some of these older buildings, there are hidden rooms.
You talked to Noah? Is he?
He's a free man as of this morning.
Huh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
You didn't know this was here?
Not a clue. Hey, I recognize that. It belonged to Uncle Glenn.
It's all just clothing and personal effects.
I know a go bag when I see one. I even have one myself tucked in the back of my closet.
And a business class ticket to Switzerland. Leaving the day after the Christmas party.
Why would he hide the fact that he was going on vacation?
Maybe it wasn't a vacation. There's no return ticket.
What was it he said in the video? By the time you see this, I'll already be gone. He's talking about his trip to Europe, not predicting his own demise.
Hey, Fred, you in here? Oh. My bad. Didn't realize. What do you want? Okay. I was hoping we could talk.
Fred, this involves him too.
Fine, whatever.
What? What is it?
Glenn was checking himself into a Swiss medical center that specializes in end-of-life care.
I don't get it. Why would Uncle Glenn do that?
You're right, Noah. We need to talk.
In some ways, I envy Fred and Noah. Despite the terrible circumstances that drove them apart, they still have a chance now to put it all behind them and start fresh. A lifetime ago, I found myself in a similar bind, going the opposite direction from someone I loved. But for us, there can be no happy ending. He made damn sure of that. Enough feeling sorry for myself. There is a puzzle to be solved.
You ready for story time? Yeah?
I've been through the books several times. There's no more hidden clues, no secret messages. Just the classic tale told exactly the same in each edition.
What page was that quote on? Pages. Of course.
What do you mean you solved the clue? You don't have all the books.
Well, not the physical copies, no, but I realized that each of the editions has the exact same text, but they're all laid out differently. So that quote is found on a different page in each of our books.
Wow. How'd you think of that?
I don't know, it just came to me. So I was able to make some calls to some publishers, and I got the corresponding page numbers for each of the editions.
Incredible.
So once I had the page numbers, I thought about what they could signify, which was trickier, but then I remembered what Glenn said at the beginning of his last video.
You're heading in the right direction.
That's right. Very observant.
It's literally my job.
The numbers point to a location?
Yes, exactly. They're GPS coordinates.
But where are they pointing?
Right here. Sue's Diner.
I cleaned the place from top to bottom. I didn't find anything out of place.
Right, but you'll remember that Glenn passed away in the basement stockroom. But what was he doing there in the first place? He had no reason to be down there unless...
He was planting the next clue.
I mean, it's worth a look, right?
All right. Oh. The heat's fanning directly in here. Must be 100 degrees.
Yeah, might be why Glenn took off his Santa coat when he came in here.
Fred, check it out. Middle shelf.
Oh, no way. That takes me back.
What is it?
Oh, the pineapple juice.
Our mom used to open a big can of it every Christmas.
Yeah, same brand, too.
Yeah. She said it was a tradition from her childhood.
Yeah, Grandpa just loved it.
The quote from the clue was Fred talking about dining with his uncle. Okay.
Oh, Uncle Glenn, you sly old dog.
Congratulations, everyone. Only one ghost left. The ghost of Christmas yet to come. Let's weigh the author's words carefully, shall we? A churchyard. Here, then, the wretched man whose name he had now to learn lay underneath the ground. It was a worthy place. Scrooge was not ready to rest, not yet. But I feel that I am, not beneath the ground, but above. You see, my future is set in stone. But yours does not have to be. There's still time to bury your petty rivalries and your wounded pride. But in order to do that, you've got to come together as one.
Good luck.
Huh. I was hoping I'd never see that book again.
What book?
The book Glenn was reading from. That's the same book that he gave me at the Christmas party. The one I threw in the trash. No regrets.
Wait, isn't that your book, Harvey?
I didn't see him leave.
No, everyone was focused on the video.
Has anyone seen my book? Because it was just here a second ago.
Yeah, mine's gone too. It was right here, right where Harvey was standing.
I've got most of the books. It's almost done. I'll be in touch.
I want every available cruiser on the lookout. Approach with caution.
I cannot believe Harvey was an imposter.
Don't feel bad. He fooled me too. I looked into him after our first meeting and his story checked out. Harvey Saltzman's a real person.
You tracked him down?
As far as I could. Joe went cold when he retired in Florida a few years ago, but whoever our mystery man is, he sure did his research.
And now he has 4 of the 5 books. And if he gets to the prize before the rest of us, he's just gonna disappear.
Forget the game, Emily.
Of course, yes, you're right. Just too dangerous.
Then again, when has that ever stopped me before? It had to be Harvey who tried to run me down the other night. Which means he perceived me as a threat. Smart guy. But how did he know where I'd be and when? Unless...
Boy! This sucker must have barely squeezed in the door, huh?
I knew it. He bugged my store. He's been listening the whole time. He's probably still listening.
Hey, Harvey. I have something you need. The final book. You know as well as I do that you can't do this alone, so... What do you say? Split the prize, 50-50?
I knew I liked her.
I'm assuming you figured out the location of the latest clues, so... Why don't you meet me there tomorrow morning? Say 9 a.m.? Bring the books.
What has gotten into you?
I thought it'd be nice to go for a walk with my dad. Is that really so strange?
This early? You're not usually out of bed for another 2 hours on Christmas break.
Don't overthink it. Let's go look at the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's definitely a tree, all right.
Is that a present with a tag on it? That's weird.
To Dad, love, Violet.
Merry Dad, Miss.
Wait, what's Dad miss?
It's our own Christmas morning, just a few days early.
Wait, did you do this so we could have a Christmas together?
Is that okay?
It's more than okay, kiddo.
Look pretty good for a frail old man.
Thought you said meet here at 9.
Yeah, I did, but I figured you'd be here an hour early to scope the place out.
Well, aren't you smart?
I'm surprised you figured out the clue.
I know the story. Ends in the graveyard, right?
Not beneath the ground, but above it. Mausoleum.
Where's your book?
It's here. But if we're gonna partner up, I'm gonna need to know a little bit about you.
You needed new skates. Your old ones smell like wet dog.
Violet, thank you. Oh, I cannot wait to get these out on the ice.
And you will. But first, our Christmas dinner.
Well, it's a little early for dinner, no?
Don't spoil the illusion.
Open-faced turkey sandwiches with gravy and mash, and cranberry sauce on the side. Sorry, it's the canned stuff. I didn't have time to make it fresh.
It looks delicious.
And Sam, I forgive you for interrogating me like a common criminal.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, Sue.
Merry Christmas.
How did I get so lucky?
It's a Dad Miss miracle.
What do you want to know?
You don't strike me as a collector of vintage books. I think you're in this for the paycheck. So who hired you to kill Glenn?
Oh, sorry. You work here? I was just...
The Christmas Carol First Edition. Tell me where it is, or you're dead.
Dead. You think I fear death knowing what's coming? I welcome it.
I was only there to get the book. But I don't like being laughed at.
I was there at the party. I didn't see you.
Of course you didn't. I'm a pro. Nobody gives caterers a second look. They're basically invisible.
So with Glenn dead, the only chance you had at the prize was to join the game.
I noticed a lady from the diner throwing a book in the trash out back. Checked it out, and I found the invitation. Seemed like a pretty good plan B. So I did some research into Glenn's past, and what do you know? There was a Harvey Saltzman.
How did your employer feel about you unexpectedly killing Glenn? Makes them an accessory to murder.
Where's the book?
I've got it right here.
Sorry, kid. I work alone.
Right in the heart.
I'm not gonna lie, cutting loose like that, it felt good.
Wilner, you're kidding.
Let's weigh the author's words carefully.
Glenn, you shouldn't have.
What happened at the cemetery? To me, it looks like you were double-crossed by a partner.
Who are you protecting, Harvey? Or, excuse me, Sawyer? Yeah. Got a hit on your fingerprints. Sawyer Pine. Dishonorably discharged from the military, wanted for questioning in 3 separate murder cases spanning back a decade. We went through your car, found a pair of gloves with blood on them. I'm guessing that's why your fingerprints weren't on the knife, but if the blood's a match for Glenn, then we've got you just the same.
What's your point?
Give me a name. Then maybe we can make a deal.
what exactly is it you're blaming me for?
I think you're responsible for Glenn's death at the hands of a trained killer.
You should be careful throwing accusations around. I am a lawyer.
It was Glenn's first edition of A Christmas Carol you were after, right?
That is ridiculous. I've worked for Glenn for years.
Exactly. You figured out he was dying. You saw that he'd sold off several of his valuable books to finance his final journey, and you wanted to get your hands on the prize of his collection.
And you have some proof of this?
Each of our invitations had the same ornate impression on the wax. But the wax on the envelope containing the original video didn't. It was different. No design. You opened the original seal. You saw the video, you learned about the game, you wanted to get that book before he had a chance to give it to anybody else, only the guy that you hired wound up killing him instead.
Who are you to come in here and say these things? You're not a cop.
That's true. But if I could figure this out, how much time do you think it'll take before the actual police do? Unless they already have.
Sorry, but just to be clear, you said that you solved the last clue and found Glenn's prize in a locker in the bus station.
That's right.
Okay, just checking.
I'm not sure why I'm here.
Glenn wanted you to be a part of the game from the start. Okay, so there is a card for each of you. So, first one, Brooke.
Oh. Okay. Dear Brooke, while you have terrible taste in books, it was kind of you to invite me to your book club. My gift to you is a collection of classic books for your club to enjoy. Glenn. Well, that's very sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on the books, but it's still very, very sweet.
Next, we have Sue.
Oh.
Dear Sue, make your chili however you want. Beans or no beans, it's the best damn chili I've ever had. Glenn. I always knew he was a good man.
Okay, and Fred and Noah.
You read it. Nope. You do the honors. Dear Fred and Noah, if everything went as planned, my gift to you is each other. That's the best gift I've ever received. Say.
I leave the store and all its contents to you, my nephews. And I wish you both, and Morgan as well, a happy life surrounded by things I treasure most.
What?
And this also is yours.
It's the first edition of A Christmas Carol.
So what about you, Emily?
Yeah, I opened mine already. It was a vintage collection of Sherlock Holmes stories.
Oh, don't feel bad. I got books too.
My first Christmas Eve in Fletcher's Grove. Maybe I'll give myself an early present. If Chimera knew I was still alive, they would have tracked me down by now. So maybe it's time to do what I should have done when I first arrived here. Close the door on everything that came before and start building a new life, free of the past. that sound. It came from my store.
Sam?
Emily.
What are you doing?
I was actually hoping to surprise you.
Well, mission accomplished.
And I didn't have any plans for Christmas Eve, so.
This is so kind. I don't...
Hey, you don't have to say anything.
No, I want to. I don't know how to thank you. I'm not used to being taken care of.
Yeah, got that.
I think I was afraid of, that I just didn't, that I wouldn't know how to be vulnerable anymore.
I'm a patient man.
Yeah. I know. But you don't have to be.
You can leave the light on, leave it on for me. You can leave the light on, I'm coming home. You can leave the light on, leave it on for me. You can leave the light on, I'm coming home.
So, it's snowing outside.
You want to go for a walk?
I really do.
In your reindeer slippers.
Yeah, I gotta go change.
I'll clean this up.
Okay.
Hey.
You can leave the light on, leave it on for me. You can leave the light on, I'm coming home. You can leave the light on, leave it on for me.
See you in a sec.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Wilner.
I'm back. You ready? Sam. Everything okay?
I noticed a discrepancy in your background check. You said you lived with your aunt and uncle on the West Coast, but in your file it mentions they've always lived in Maine.
Did I say West Coast? I meant East Coast.
Yeah, right. I figured it was something like that. But I did a little digging. Can't help myself. I like to be thorough. Couldn't find much on you. But that didn't raise any red flags.
Sam.
Until now. Until my supervisor called ordering me to drop all inquiries into Emily Lane. I wouldn't say where that came from, but I'm guessing it was pretty high up.
You don't understand.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you haven't been lying to me. All right then, well, I just have one question for you, Emily Lane. Who are you really?
Xin chào các bạn, chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại với kênh mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ vẽ một con bò nha. Mình sẽ tô những chiếc sừng trước. Mình sẽ tô phần đầu con bò. Mình sẽ tô chân con bò này. Và mình sẽ tô những con này con gì? Con lợn và con trâu. Và hôm nay chúng ta đã xong một chiếc video tô màu về một chú bò ăn rất là giận ở đây thành quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu bức tranh về một chú gấu nha. Mình sẽ tô chân một chú gấu. Mình sẽ tô những móng tay của chú gấu. Hết lòng mình chắc vào chú gấu. Mình hãy tô mặt vào chú gấu nha. Sẽ tô để mũi chú gấu nha. Và hôm nay trở lại xong bức tranh về một chú gấu khá là hiệu quả. Xin chào và gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Xin chào bạn, chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại kênh mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu một bức tranh về một chiếc Hello Kitty. Và mình sẽ tô nơ của chú Hello Kitty nha. Vậy là hôm nay chúng ta đã hoàn xong bức tranh về một chú Hello Kitty và đây là thành quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Hi, xin bạn, chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại kênh mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu bức tranh về một chiếc nhà thờ nha. Vậy là hôm nay chúng ta hoàn xong bức tranh của nhà thờ và đây là thành quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Hi, xin bạn, chào mừng bạn quay trở lại kênh mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu bức tranh về một chú linh miêu nha. Vậy là mấy chúng ta xong bức tranh chủ review ở đây thành công. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Các bạn cho mình trở lại cùng mình chúng ta tô màu bức tranh về một chủ Z nha. Vậy là mình sẽ xong bức tranh chủ Z ở đây thành quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Hi, xin chào bạn, chào các bạn, bây giờ tôi có một bức tranh về một chú email nha. Vậy là hôm nay chúng ta hãy sống với tranh của chủ Lmn và đây là thành quả. Xin chào và lại các bạn những video tiếp theo. Xin các bạn, chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại kênh mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu bức tranh về một chú cá ngừ nha. Rồi hôm nay chúng ta ăn xong với chàng chủ cầm hương. Đây là thành quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Xin bạn, chào mừng bạn quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu về một chú kền kền nha. Mình tô phần cây trước. Mình sẽ tô chú kền kền nha. Mình sẽ tô màu chú kền kền. Và hôm nay chúng ta ăn xong với chàng chú kền kền và đây thành quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Hi, xin chào bạn, chào mừng bạn quay trở lại kênh. Chúng ta sẽ tô màu trên bề một chiếc bánh trung thu hay chiếc thỏi. Vậy là mình sẽ tay bài xong bức tranh nhiều một chiếc bánh trung thu và 2 chiếc thọ và đây là thành quả. Xin chào lại các bạn đến với video tiếp theo. Các bạn chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại kênh mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu bức tranh về một chú sâu nha. hôm nay chúng ta sẽ xem sâu vào đây thành quả. Xin chào lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Vậy là chúng ta đã tô xong một bức hình một chiếc tàu ngầm và đây là thành quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Xin tất cả mọi người, chào mọi người đến với kênh của mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu một chiếc tàu ngầm. Mình sẽ tô cái kính của nó trước. Đây là phần sắt. Phần đít tàu. Phần đầu tàu. Mình sẽ tô phần thân tàu. Cái phần thân tàu các bạn. Chào tất cả các bạn, chào mừng các bạn đến với kênh mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ vẽ tranh máy bay. Đây chính là một chiếc máy bay chiến đấu. Mình sẽ tô phần qua sau của máy bay. tu phần thân của máy bay. Ngôi sao là cờ Việt Nam. Giờ mình sẽ tu vào phần lực, động cơ phản lực của máy bay. Và đến phần cánh quạt và cánh máy bay. Cánh máy bay của chị. Và hôm nay chúng ta đã tô xong một bức hình về một chiếc máy bay chiến đấu. Và đây là kết quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo. Chào tất cả các bạn, chào mừng các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tô màu một bức tranh về Pokemon. Mình sẽ tô đầu nó trước. Cái phần tay của nó. Tiếp tục phần tí chớp. cánh tay bên này của nó. Mình sẽ tô phần chân của nó. Vậy là chúng ta đã tô xong một bức hình về một chú Pokemon điện và đây là thành quả. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn ở những video tiếp theo.